Star Wars Theory's delusions have reached an all-time high, folks. He is now blaming Disney for his dying YouTube channel.
I think that a certain company is blacklisting and shadow banning my YouTube channel and trying to destroy my YouTube channel. Now, the last 2.5 or so years, I remember being at 3.3 million subs, and the official Star Wars channel, YouTube channel, was at 3.6. I was about 300,000 subs or so behind. And I was gaining fast. I was catching up fast. And I remember a lot of my peers, a lot of other YouTubers were starting to talk about this. Posting on X, Twitter, posting on YouTube, being like, holy shit, he is almost going to surpass the official Star Wars channel. Ever since word got out about that, I started to lose hundreds and hundreds of subscribers every single day. People were being unwillingly mass unsubscribed from my channel, and this is factual. I have people that I've met, tens and tens of thousands of people that I've met over this last year at conventions, have told me to my face that they randomly got unsubscribed. I have people in every single live stream that say I was randomly unsubscribed.
Ah, yes, of course. People being unsubscribed to your channel, something that happens to countless other YouTubers. It's totally not because of YouTube as a platform being awful, it's because Disney are out to get you. Incredible logic.
My lore videos do not catch. It'll be the odd video that catches. It's like a very flickering effect. I can no longer create videos the way that I used to by having, which is perfectly under copyright law and transformative, they call it, where you have clips of the prequel trilogy, original trilogy muted as you narrate over it and explain things, like what I've done for the last almost 10 years. Anytime I upload a video like that now, it gets immediately copyrighted by Disney. And I've spoken to a few other Star Wars YouTubers that I know, they do not have this problem.
A few things. One, your lore videos don't pop off like they used to. That's because most people don't care about Star Wars lore anymore. And I have that same experience with copyright issues. When I show clips of Star Wars, they get copyright claimed. And it's not just Star Wars, it's basically for any major IP. It's not exclusive to you, Theory. Your friends might just be editing their videos better than the editors that you pay.
Now, if this was a newer channel, then we would deduce it to, well, people don't like Star Wars anymore, or people don't like you anymore, and they're unsubscribing. And that absolutely is a valid critique and most likely partially true. However, like every YouTube channel that loses subscribers and gains subscribers every day, I've lost 30 to 40,000 subscribers in the last year, and I can't seem to break through 3.3 million subscribers anymore, where I was like on a fast trajectory upwards for years, right? Like Mr. Beast, for example, probably loses thousands, if not tens of thousands of subscribers a day, but his net is overall positive. He will gain a ton.
This is pure cope from Theory. The reason your channel isn't growing anymore is because Star Wars is not as popular as it used to be, and you're a Star Wars channel, and the least interesting one on the platform. Honestly, you're lucky to even have a high sub count. You're lucky to even get tens of thousands of views on your videos. You are not the Mr. Beast of the Star Wars community. You're fucking nothing.
You know, in the last 10 years, sure, I've been controversial, and let's be real, just by having an opinion on Star Wars. I would say I'm probably like the most docile in my opinions, and the most kind in my opinions, always being like, hey, always be respectful, which I shouldn't have to. But I feel like I've always made a point to just like, hey, you know, if you disagree on something, just do it respectfully with people over and over and over again, whether it be over in messages or on X or on YouTube videos. And yet, for whatever reason, I'm the most controversial. Anything I say is the most controversial if I don't like something.
I don't know. I feel like people just make fun of you. I don't think you're that controversial. Most people just make fun of your opinions because you're clearly an idiot.
I was doing this when I wasn't getting paid. I was doing this when it wasn't cool to be a Star Wars fan.
That's such a BS fucking narrative. If Star Wars was never cool when it was being released, then it wouldn't be successful. Then you wouldn't get the prequels that you love so much. They wouldn't have gotten made if these weren't popular films, dickhead.
And I really want to make a mark on Star Wars fans where there is someone that will stick up for what it used to be.
And obviously we have hundreds of books and comics and everything you could possibly imagine.
The original saga was about the father, the children, and the grandchildren. And I mean, that's not a secret to anybody. It's even in the novels.
You know, George didn't give a shit about anything else, and George didn't ever think anything outside of the first 6 films in the Clone Wars are canon. Not to create a division, but to bring people together and help you, hopefully, to be able to see another point of view. Not just one dogmatic point of view, but to see, hey, there's another side, and why? Okay, well, this guy is explaining it pretty eloquently and respectfully without much emotion or anything like that. And over the years, I've learned to kind of be a little bit more emotionally removed because it just lessens my overall argument, which is just my opinion on why this is not good or why this is great. It's just a subjective opinion of a prequel fan.
You've learned to be emotionally removed, yet you're constantly crying about your dead channel and acting like everyone's out to get you and you're the biggest victim on the platform. It's really pathetic behavior. And sure, you haven't intentionally created a division in the fandom, but it's only happened because all your fans are retards and everyone who doesn't like you recognizes that you and all your fans are a bunch of retards. That's where the division comes from. That's it.
And so I've noticed how Disney has, like, I think, suppressed my channel in some sort of weird way. And I don't know what to do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. You know? I'm one dude. And I'm up against some company that, like, fucking hates me.
I guarantee Disney are not suppressing your channel. YouTube as a platform just sucks. They randomly unsubscribe people all the time from every channel. It happens all the time. And on top of that, Star Wars is not popular anymore. No one gives a fuck. No one in the general audience cares. That's why you're not getting new subscribers, because there aren't new Star Wars fans being created. Thanks to Disney.
You know? And I don't want to be liked by them. I frankly think that they're pretty out of touch with their target market. And I think that they have a huge ego.
That last part about having a huge ego, I think that's a bit of projection on Theory's part. He needs to get over himself, and he clearly doesn't know what the target market for Disney is. It's not Star Wars fans, I mentioned it a second ago. It's the general audience. That's the target demographic. That is how it's always been ever since they purchased Star Wars. If this is news to you, you're a fucking idiot and you probably watch Star Wars Theory's videos.
So, beyond people unsubscribing because they no longer like Star Wars or because they no longer like me, or maybe I rubbed them the wrong way, or they believed some bullshit about me on the internet, there is something strange going on that I cannot explain, and my fans can't explain either.
You cannot explain what's going on, and your fans can't explain what's going on, because you are all retarded.
But at the end of the day, even if I have 0 subscribers left by the end of this, I will continue to make my videos. I'll continue to make posts, and I'll continue to talk about Star Wars, because I used to do that shit since I was 6 years old. I used to do this when it was not cool to be a Star Wars fan, and I'll continue to do it forever.
Jesus Christ, he wants to be a victim so bad, and he's so desperate for people's sympathy. Guys, here's a reality check for you. If you were bullied in school for liking Star Wars, it's not because you like Star Wars, it's because your bullies didn't like you, and they're looking for a reason to make fun of you. It was never uncool. You were just lame as fuck, and no one liked you. Stop holding on to that bullshit. It didn't happen. You're a fucking idiot if you believe that. If Star Wars wasn't cool, if the general audience didn't like Star Wars, then it wouldn't be successful.
Because I like Star Wars, I love Star Wars, it means a lot to me. It changed my life, and I think it's a great story. And I think the characters are something that should be protected, always. And George Lucas's legacy should be protected.
And obviously we have hundreds of books and comics and everything you could possibly imagine.
The original saga was about the father, the children, and the grandchildren. And I mean, that's not a secret to anybody. It's even in the novels.
You know, George didn't give a shit about anything else, and George didn't ever think anything outside of the first 6 films in the Clone Wars are canon. Clean up a whole bunch of garbage that's in the industry through my way of doing it. And at the end of the day, making the fan film. Because I truly do believe that will make a huge mark on the fandom to show you what is possible if you have passion and if you put your mind to something and you don't give up. And hopefully it'll inspire a lot of people, whether they like me or don't, that this soul created something. Cool, great. Well, maybe I can go and do whatever I want to do too. Absolutely, anybody can.
Holy shit, he needs to get over himself. Talk about a massive fucking ego. Your fan film is on par with Disney slop. It's not good. It's fucking lame. And it's a waste of money. You're a dickhead.